George plays in his room with colorful toys. The little pig was happily building a tall tower with blocks. George suddenly turns toward the window. A quiet, mysterious whisper sounded behind him. George turns around quickly, but nobody is there. The voice disappeared as if it never existed. George continues playing, but looks worried and confused. Something in the room had changed forever. At night, George lies in his bed, unable to sleep. The mysterious whisper returned in the darkness. The voice advises George to find Peppa's lost toy. The advice sounded so tempting and helpful. George finds the toy hidden under the sofa. Peppa was absolutely delighted with the discovery. George smiles, but feels something very strange. The voice knew things he didn't know himself. The voice advises George to hide in the dark closet. A game of hide-and-seek began unexpectedly. George hides in the closet and waits quietly. Everyone searched for him for a long time. Mummy Pig finds George and praises him warmly. The mysterious voice was right again. George begins to trust the voice completely. All the advice always led to success. The voice tells George not to eat his vegetables. The family dinner became a real challenge. George refuses to eat and pushes his plate away. His parents are surprised by his behavior. Later, it turns out the vegetables were spoiled. The voice saved George from serious illness. George completely obeys the mysterious voice. The strange dependency was getting stronger. The voice demands George go to the dark attic. The dark place was calling the little pig. George slowly climbs up the creaky stairs. Each step sounded very ominous. In the attic, George sees a dark figure. Labubu stood in the corner with a medal. Labubu slowly turns with purple glowing eyes. His sinister smile was full of dark secrets. Labubu extends his hand toward George. The mysterious voice finally found its face. George takes a step forward. Darkness swallowed all his last doubts. The family searches for George throughout the house. The little pig seemed to vanish into air. Peppa carefully enters the attic. Two silhouettes stand there in the darkness.